15 minutes of silence.
Maya is unreal. Why does it feel so powerful? The question is born in silence. But the silence is trembling. It is not asked in a school. It is not asked in safety. It is asked on a battlefield, between two armies already ready to destroy each other. On the soil of Kurukshetra, Arjuna stops. Not the war, himself. His bow slips from his hand. His breath becomes shallow. His eyes are open. Yet he is no longer seeing the enemy. He is seeing his own confusion. In front of him stands Krishna, silent, relaxed, almost playful, as if nothing is at stake. Arjuna knows the teachings. He knows that the self is eternal. He knows that death is not final. He knows that truth cannot be destroyed. Yet none of this knowledge helps him now. Fear is real. Attachment is real. Grief is real. So the question does not come as philosophy. It comes as pain. If this world is Maya, if it is not ultimately real, why does it crush me with such force? If Maya was simply false, it could be dismissed. But Maya does not feel false. It feels heavy, urgent, overwhelming. Krishna does not answer immediately because some questions cannot be answered, they must dissolve. When he speaks, it is not an argument, it is a turning inward. Maya is unreal, but unreal does not mean non existent. A dream is unreal, yet while dreaming, it commands your whole being. You run, you fight, you suffer, you die. Why? Because consciousness has forgotten itself inside the dream. Krishna reveals the unsettling truth. Maya has no power of its own. It lives on borrowed awareness. Just as darkness has no substance and exists only where light is absent, Maya exists only where awareness is missing. That is why it feels powerful. You do not experience Maya, you become it. The moment you say, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the fear, I am the story, Maya is complete. This is why knowledge does not free you. Knowledge lives in the same place as Maya, the mind. You can know the truth and still live in illusion. Maya is subtle. It does not shout. It whispers. Become someone. Secure the future. Fix yourself. Achieve peace. Be enlightened. Even the search for truth can become Maya's finest disguise. Arjuna realizes something shocking. Even spirituality has not saved him. So the question deepens, if Maya is unreal, why can't I drop it? Krishna smiles, not in mockery, but in compassion. Because you cannot drop what you are identified with. You cannot escape Maya. You cannot fight Maya. The moment you try, you are already inside it. Maya feeds on effort. It survives on seriousness. Seeing is enough. The instant illusion is seen as illusion. It loses authority. Not tomorrow. Not gradually. Now. The world does not disappear, but its grip loosens. Pain may still arise, but suffering ends. Action continues, but the doer dissolves. And suddenly Arjuna understands. Maya was never powerful. Unawareness was. Not Maya, not the world, not action, not desire. Only unawareness. This is the most disturbing discovery Arjuna makes as he stands before Krishna. Because if Maya were the enemy, it could be fought. If the world were the problem, it could be renounced. If desire were the cause, it could be suppressed. But unawareness? You cannot fight unawareness. The moment you fight, you are already unaware. Unawareness is not something you do, it is something you forget. You forget to see. And in that forgetting, the entire world is born. Krishna makes it clear not as doctrine, but as insight. Maya is not a force attacking you from outside. It is the shadow created when awareness turns away from itself. Just as a mirror covered with dust does not lose its capacity to reflect, consciousness covered with unawareness does not lose its truth. It only loses clarity. This is why Maya feels ancient, why it feels personal, why it feels intimate. Because it has lived with you for lifetimes, as habit. Unawareness is habit pretending to be reality. You wake up each morning and immediately become someone. A name, a role, a history, a plan. Before awareness has a chance to settle, identity has already occupied the house. This occupation is Maya, not the mountains, not the rivers, not the people. The unconscious assumption, I am this. Krishna does not ask Arjuna to destroy this assumption. He asks him to see it. Seeing is dangerous because it leaves nothing to hold on to. The moment Arjuna sees that fear arises after identification, not before, something loosens. Fear needs a center. Unawareness provides it. Without unawareness, fear has no address. Krishna reveals a subtle paradox. Awareness does not remove Maya. It exposes that Maya was never there as an independent reality. Just as light does not fight darkness, darkness simply disappears. Unawareness is darkness, and darkness never resists light. It vanishes. This is why the spiritual journey is so strange. You expect progress, improvement, transformation, but awakening is not transformation. It is subtraction, less becoming, less noise, less identity, more space. Maya thrives on movement, on tomorrow, on almost. Awareness lives only now. That is why unawareness feels so powerful, because it keeps you moving from desire to desire, from fear to fear, from past to future. Never here. Krishna tells Arjuna something shocking. You are not asleep because you are ignorant. You are asleep because you are busy. Busy becoming, busy achieving, busy avoiding. Even spiritual seeking can become busyness. Searching for truth assumes you are not truth. Improving yourself assumes something is wrong. Maya loves improvement. It hates stillness. Stillness exposes the lie. So Krishna does not give Arjuna a technique. He gives him a mirror. Look, he says. Notice how thoughts arise on their own. Notice how emotions come and go. Notice how the body acts before you decide. Where are you in all this? Unawareness answers too quickly. I am the thinker. I am the doer. Awareness waits. And in that waiting, the false center dissolves. This is the moment Arjuna begins to understand. Bondage was never real. It was assumed. Like believing you are tied, only to discover the rope was imagined. The world does not disappear. The battlefield remains. Action still happens. But the weight is gone. Unawareness made everything heavy. Awareness makes everything light. This is why Krishna insists on action without attachment. Not because attachment is immoral, but because attachment is unawareness in disguise. When you act without clinging, Maya has nothing to grip. Unawareness always wants ownership. Awareness has no interest. Ownership creates suffering. Witnessing dissolves it. Arjuna sees now why knowledge alone failed him. Knowledge accumulates. Awareness subtracts. Knowledge gives answers. Awareness dissolves questions. Maya survives on answers. Awareness lives in silence. And in that silence, something irreversible happens. Not ecstasy, not fireworks, clarity, a simple seeing. I was never bound. I only forgot to look. Krishna's final gift is not freedom, it is responsibility. You are not trapped by the world, you are asleep in it. Wakefulness is enough. Nothing else is required. No escape, no renunciation, no special state. Just this moment, seen without commentary. And here lies the deepest mystery. Maya does not end. Unawareness ends. The world continues. But the dreamer wakes. Action continues. But the doer dissolves. Life continues. But fear loses its root. And Arjuna understands at last. Maya never enslaved him. Unawareness did. And unawareness ends the moment it is seen.
Hey guys, welcome back to Artosis Cast. Today we're going to be taking a look at Soma here in the bottom right, going up against a Rush up here in the top right. These two are a match made in heaven. They're kind of like, they've been the future of their races since about ASL season 5? Right around there. You might remember Rush's using an ID like ASL Champ 5 Rush or something like that. And Soma was rising up really well. Soma finally does have his championship. Rush, he's been to that finals, hasn't been able to quite do it, but definitely, Light and him are basically the only Terrans that consistently get beat in ASL. So, they both really risen up. Kind of the younger, hungrier generation that's improved upon the previous as well. Right? Like, I think you can see a lot of ways. It's like when you compare Soma to some of these other guys, like, I don't want to say he's necessarily better than Queen, Hero, and this older guard. But in a lot of ways he is. He's kind of like a more put together Zerg. There's like more to him than them in general, a wider range. And you see that with Rush as well. Like, you compare Rush to Light, it's like, okay, Light's mechanics are a little bit better than Rush's for sure. Light's understanding is top tier, but you look at, like, if you watch a Rush game, it's like, oh, he's like Light plus more grasp or something, right? Like a little bit more modern. And that doesn't always mean better, but it's adding these things into the already standard consistent plays that kind of push